Okay, so there's also a thing, if these are the levels of consciousness, okay, a mineral, plant, animal, speaker, Israel, this is increasing, even though I have it going down, but increasing levels of consciousness, okay? So, and what gives the speaker an advantage over an animal, and it's not like these people are like, there's nothing, animals are just like us, we're just like animals. We are not just like animals. When God created the world, and there's 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 is Shabbat. When he created the world, he created things on different days. When he created animals, he created them. It says God made animals. When he created man, he blew into them his spirit. He blew into man his spirit. It's not the same as animals. Animals and speakers are not the same. But what differentiates us, what we may think of, is the ability to speak. Now, what a person does with his ability to speak is of the utmost importance. Because the ability to speak connects us to a level of consciousness. This is from the Sefer Yetzirah. Okay. Book of Creation by Elia Kaplan. Takes from the Gaon from Vilna also, the genius of Vilna. One of the levels of consciousness, higher consciousness, okay, is Bina. I'm not going to get into this exactly right now. If anyone's interested, please drop me a note on the bottom and I'll try to explain. But what connects us as speakers to higher levels of consciousness is Bina. And that's through our speech, through the ability to speak. Okay? Just like it says that the Aseret Dibrot, God spoke and it was. God created through speech, through his speech in a manner of speaking. And we also create and destroy also with our speech. So if we use our speech properly and we connect to higher levels of consciousness, okay, we use this physical, our mouth, or our sfatayim, our lips, and we pray every day that we'll use our lips not to speak falsehoods, but to speak the truth, to speak words of Torah. And we're always told, even in the Shema, ledaber bam, to speak words of Torah when we're walking, when we're sleeping, when we sit down, when we get up, in our homes, on the path, all the time speaking words of Torah, using our power of speech to elevate us in our consciousness to what? Because there is another category after speaker. Okay, if you just use your speech to talk about mundane things on the physical reality, you are a speaker. But Israel, we have the ability to rise to one more level of consciousness, which is called Israel. So there's mineral, plant, animal, speaker, and Israel. And only through the power of speech, if you use it properly, you can elevate your consciousness to another level, higher level, and from there you can go higher. People who went higher were prophets, for example. It's not easy, but you have to be directed, you have to be focused, you have to use your ability to speak to raise your consciousness and become Israel. And if you do that, then, says King Solomon, you have used your time wisely. Because what? In the end, when you understand, you fear God. And he tells us in Kohelet that the whole point of life is to acquire a fear. Not a love, a fear of God. A fear of God to do his commandments. The more you learn, the more you want to do, because the more you understand. Just like God said, don't believe in me, learn. And the more you learn and understand, the more you know, the more you will do, because you will be scared. You will be scared about what will happen in our timeline. World War III, for example, it's not going to be pretty. And also what happens after you die. It's scary. You want to be able to do the commandments because that's going to help you. You want to have this kav. You want as much as you can to live in joy. So again, going back to Tehillim 1, he tells us that if you make the Torah your main goal, and you acquire a fear of God and do his commandments, then you will live a life of joy. And then